Whiskey Runner 1. Hey, buddy, what's happening, man? Been a while since I've been on. It feels like it's been forever and a day. Let me see if I can get this to go. Working on my whole thing, getting all this stuff set up here. As usual. There we go. All right, guys. Awesome. Glad to be back. So much stuff going on. Vito 471. Hey, buddy. Christian Huff. Hey, buddy. Anderson. Hey, buddy. Rob. Anthony Scott. Marcus. Hey, dude. What's up? Anthony Scott in California. Hey, what is it, like 3 o'clock out there? Tim. Hey, buddy. From Oregon. Lon Baden. Where's Sam? Oh, boy. He's outside. Michigan. All right. Oh, man. So, you guys see my X-Max with all the Vidavon stuff in the big 12S system? That thing's going to get wild. I still have the punch at 5 on that thing. I haven't even turned that up yet. So, yeah, if I turn that thing up, probably just going to shatter the gears. At least my thoughts are. Let's go. Brian Seidlers. Hey, buddy. Everything goes to plan August 14th, my first ever professional big race. Oh, boy. Endo's RC. If you're going to a big, like, legit race, man, I did those one time. 6 hours. I got 5 minutes on the track. 4 hours later, I was lucky enough to get another 5 minutes on the track. I'm like, I got time. I left. I'm like, there's just no reason to sit around for 24 hours to get 10 minutes on the track. It's just, nah, not my thing. Kills RC from Ohio. Josh Williamson. Anthony Scott, 4 p.m. Okay, at least it's some of you guys are getting off work, right? Marcus, what was I working on today? Well, I had planned on working on my other 2 X-Maxes, getting those situated with some arm swapping, long arms, stuff like that. But I ended up taking the Max V2 out for a drive. I actually put the sledge system in it, and it seems pretty good. I was just running 4S on it, though. But it seems like it's going to run pretty darn good with that, in all honesty. So that was a good thing. And editing. I got busy with some affiliate links and all that for ads and all that stuff. So I was working on those as well. Trying to expand beyond Exocaged RC. Working on it. Leo, hey buddy. Edgar, hey buddy. Scott, Lubin Spec, long time no see. Yeah, it's been forever, it feels like. Yeah, Robert Lockamy, you're right. Hyperflow fans, what's up, man? Oof, that's a lot of weight to add more punch. Gotta get right about the gears. Yeah, I left it at 5. I mean, I might bump it up to 7. To me, 7 on the Max 4 seems to be a good round number. It seems to work really good with the batteries I've got and all that. Because you remember when I turned it all the way up on the DBXLE, I punched it and it was kind of having a little bit of a hard time. So I bumped it down to 7. Seems to be right on the edge of everything it can get. 8 was good, but I need a little bit of work. So 7 seems to be right where it's at. And the difference in punch is very noticeable. Very noticeable. Okay. This club racing is wonderful. You get about maybe 40, 50 entries at the most. You get plenty of track time. You get to talk to everybody. When you get done racing, I'm not sure how they do it up there, but when you get done racing, you go back, you put your vehicle on the table, you go right back out and corner marshal. At least that's the way we used to do it here. Corner marshaling was part of the job. Vivitin. No, I don't get offended at that. Vivitin, that's interesting. Chainsaw, what's up, buddy? David Pig, hit that like button. Hey, all right, the like button's popping. Any X-Max events in the near future? Would love to join the X-Max. I think Sean Larman, he's the one that puts on our X-Max events around here locally. I think he's got something in the fall. November or possibly December is when we do the X-Max or the big truck bash, something like that. X-Maxes rule the world. We do Armas, we do the long jump, which we get at about 100 feet off the ramp. So that's a lot of fun. A lot of carnage. Lots of broken parts. I mean, one time we had... hey, Picra. What's up, buddy? One time we had a figure 8 with the X-Maxes with no crossover jump. Talk about fun. It's fun watching. I wasn't driving in that, so yeah, we'll leave that one be. But Furtech or Hobby Wing for 24 scale ESCs. I didn't know Hobby Wing had a 24 scale. Go with the Furtech. Hey, buddy, will a Copperhead run 2 reefs 422 HE? Jim, yes, it will, so long as you're not doing like a 4-wool steer kind of thing where you're binding it up. Tim, thank you, buddy. Thank you. If you're going to be crawling with this thing and you're going to be binding it up, no, get an external BEC. At least I would get an external BEC on that. Now, the Mamba X and all that, I'd probably trust that one with those particular servos. But, yeah, Tim, I got Thor. I had to put the arms back on. There was a guy who was contacting me. He was trying to get his Rift to race and all that. The only set of arms I had, the lowered arms, were on Thor. So I literally gave him a heck of a deal on some used arms off of Thor to go on his Rift. So he was happy with it. Then I had to replace them. And those new arms were on with that for that drive. So, RC Recreation, everyone, thanks for the stream, Joe. What's up, man? Yeah, everybody's doing good, man. At least as far as I know. Nobody ever tells me anything. Endo's RC, have any plans to get the new Arma 4S cars? I might. I mean, I like the 4S thing. I really do. I don't know. I mean, are they holding up very well? That's kind of important. James RC Garage. George Wilson. I used a Hobby Wing 1625 and this one wasn't that great, to be honest. Yeah, I don't know about the 1625. I tried the little 18 amp in the 124, or not the 124, the Arlarlo. And as you guys saw that, if you saw that video, it didn't like it very much at all. Where's that little Arlolo? Arlulu-lalo. This little guy right here. This is actually a really good little buggy. I'm really happy with that one. It's actually worked out really good. So some of the brands you see on Amazon are, they pop up a new name brand and they just rebrand something. With Arlarlo, they're the same as the, hang on for a second. They're the same as this guy right here, which is Crobble. You can see the bottom of the chassis of this one is the same as the bottom of the chassis on this one, except this one's all carbon. So yeah, this right here is a much nicer unit. This one is just brushed. Really good for entry level kids, stuff like that. Put my email address down here in case somebody wants some Vidavon parts. Oh, I got a I got signed on with Amazon. I've got a Yeah, Marcus. I've got a 179 in the bin right over there. I left my little camera stand out too. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I'm signed on now as Amazon influencer, which gave me like an Amazon store. So I'm able to link up stuff that I generally use. And what I'm planning to do is just link up vehicles that I either know to be decent, good, or have a specific purpose. I've got some batteries listed, vehicles, something else on there too. I've already got listed, but I want to add these lists and all that so you guys can like shop from an Amazon store, even though it's nothing that I'm producing. It's just links and all that. Tank the Reject. Huh? Don't know what you're Tariq, whatever, buddy. Kentucky Rebel. What's up, you all? Forrest holding up very well. Hey, I make YouTube videos testing this one. Picra. Yeah, you're kind of right. You're kind of right, buddy. I do like to test these things. So, anyway, yeah, you're right. Maybe I do need to go and see if I can get a hold of something. I want to get 4S Coralie. And, oh, speaking of a 4S Coralie, I have the Radix 6 on the way. So I get that. Should be good to go. In fact, let me tell you guys, a guy came out this past Sunday with a Radix 6. And, dude, he crashed it one time and the steering broke on it. The steering link, show you right there on it, it just ripped, the ball cup just ripped right apart. So if mine breaks, you'll see it. If it doesn't, you won't see it. I mean, simple as that. I don't know what else. If it breaks, it breaks. But anyway, works every time. David, that trans is sweet. Oh. Yeah, the $60 3 gear with the dig. That transmission is actually doing pretty darn good. It seems to me like it's getting quieter the more I drive it, in all honesty. So, the Radix 6, I mean, we actually found some links. I believe the steering links off of the Arma Typhon will go right on. So if that's the case, I'll probably have to upgrade to those just to make it durable and all that. It's a real wide chassis. It looks to be wider than the Typhon as far as the chassis width and all that goes. But he was driving it. Seemed like it was doing pretty good. It seemed like it had decent power. I didn't get to drive it or anything, but hopefully mine will show up here in a few days so I can give it a drive. I don't want to run monster truck tires on SMT anymore. Do you think boggers or mud tires are better for it? Lots of people take the SMT 10 and they turn them into like mega mudders. You know, they put the 2.6 Fling Kings or the Black Mambas by Proline on there, and they go out and have a good time. But diffs and axles will be a little bit of an issue. Hopefully you've already got the universal joints up front in your SMT10. The dog bones, they don't seem to hold up very well, and they really limit your turn. If you really turn it too far and that knuckle flexes, like you got the plastic knuckles and all that, you'll actually go too far and the pin will come out, and well, now you got possibly broken C-hub, broken knuckle, at least a broken or bent axle shaft. Kind of one of those things. George Wilson, Big Papa has one and he sends it. Also, all right, so nothing's broke on it, George? Bash and crawl. Any racing tires that I recommend? Buddy, if you're talking about legit clay racing, like real racing, the only thing I can suggest there, go to the track and see what the top guys are running. That'll tell you what you need to know. If you're talking about just bashing around in your backyard kind of racing, kind of like what we do back here, Proline Badlands. Yeah, just have fun. Peaker, well, I hope not. I mean, that transmission's only ever been in Thor, and it had a few different motors in it, but it's just got the revolver, so it's not like it's, you know, under a lot of stress, really. You know, George, they do resemble a lot, and I was told that the guy from Coralie actually worked for Arma designing for a while, but then he left Arma because he had a little bit of a difference of opinion on some stuff, and now we have Coralie. They do look similar, and you will see a side by side of these things. But if it's like the Coralie XTR, it is different. That is not a Creighton. It's very different. The gearing is different in it. The center diff, the way that everything works in there is not the same. It feels like you're working on an Arma, but it's not, if that makes any sense. It was like when I was racing, I had a JQ buggy. And every time I worked on that stupid thing, it felt like I was working on the old Offna LX2E. I'm like, ugh. I finally had to sell that thing and went back to Techno. Will definitely break. Picker and a broke wallet. Buddy, have you seen what I bought this year? This ain't even funny. Oh, I just paid my vendor spot at the next USTE. So now I got to come up with all my sponsor stuff and all that so I can get sent out to them. So, yep, I'm going to be a sponsor and vendor at the USTE 2023. So it's awesome. That's my most enjoyable event. Beat the Creek was awesome, but I was kind of like, I wasn't really a sponsor of it. I didn't really have my own booth. I was kind of working out of Sean Larman, Jack's RC Recycle and Repair. So I just kind of had my own little table there, and I had the Raminator and all that, so I drew a bunch of attention. But anyway, the USTE is just awesome, man. Just awesome. Beef tubes for that SMT10. Yeah, you're gonna need that. The stock gears in the SMT10, I believe, are aluminum, so they don't generally break, but they do wear out. Hector Goretz, hey buddy. What are good upgrades for my Traxxas slash 4x4? Disco guy. Well, heck, you probably need to start with the axles and then go to your tires and wheels and stuff like that, and then start putting power into it. Axles, MIPS, Techno make great axles for them things. Josh Williams, great steering servo for TRX4 that won't die quickly. You could try maybe the 35 kgs off of Amazon. Go to HK Hobbies and get that 35 kg that he has. That one is direct power, which means you can power it directly from your battery up to 4S. And it's not the fastest servo out there, but it works. So I believe they're around $40 for those. You've actually seen those in some of my videos because I run them in a few different trucks. The direct power, always a nice thing. It's not a stress on your ESC or anything. Bearded Stig. It's in Williston, Florida, the third weekend of February. I do sand racing. Oh, sand racing. Okay. Well, sand paddles, big power. Axle got to be good. Thoughts on the new Limitless? I had the Limitless 6S. The new one, as best I can tell, just has a stronger driveline in it. And I actually did 8S on mine, but it was awesome, but it just wasn't my thing. But I do think it's a good production upgrade. You know how like they'll put out a vehicle or something, you know, and they'll do an upgrade to it, just kind of roll it into the production of it. I think that's what they did. So I think it should be a good car. Noise Fast RC. I really enjoy the thank you, buddy. I never really know what the heck I'm going on. Okay, Amarillo, Anel RC, I believe that's what you're talking about. Amarillo. Yeah, there's supposed to be a big sale going on for Arlarlo, and I believe Amarillo and Crowball or whatever, I believe they're all one and the same. But the Arlarlo people, they have a Facebook group, and they're actively there. You know, issues, they're actively there. They've got these things up over 125 miles per hour. They had a big speed run and all that. Over 125 miles per hour. This thing. It was like a gnat on steroids with a shot of nitrous. All right. Are you referring to Vanquish VDI ones? Not sure about that. All right, Capricorns, you got a star, buddy. Heck yeah. I'm looking for good replacement motor for 8SX Max. Well, Mike Larson, what's your budget? You can go crazy. I see George said the Hobby Wing and all that. If you're looking for a motor, you got to go with a stock motor unless you go with something like the Hobby Wing 1100 kV. Then you're going to need a motor mount for it. Then you're going to need at least a Max 6. And basically like Max 6 motor and ESC combo. Yeah, George has got it right there. With the 1100 kV, then get you a motor mount. And then run like a 25-35 mod 1.5 gears, or possibly like a 30-46 gear, because that motor's big enough and torquey enough to power that thing, and it should be pretty darn awesome. Disco Guy, what RC should I get under $300? In today's market, $300 doesn't really get you a whole lot, buddy. But what are you wanting to do with $300? Do you want to crawl or go fast or what? Put the Blackjack at 1280 in the SEX6, powerful. Yep, Tim, very torquey, strong, but noisy. Maybe one day, one of these ESC manufacturers will give us a nice, big, quiet ESC that can do 8S and all that stuff. Wouldn't that be nice, huh? Maybe one day Castle will update their darn firmware and all that stuff and get lights changing. But maybe one day they'll get their stuff updated, because right now Castle is behind the curve. They really are. I love Castle stuff, but they are behind the curve. I'm not sure what the Vanquish VDI UV axles are. I haven't seen those. I have a Creighton 6S. If you have any suspension or oil, because it chassis slaps way too bad. Well, but might could thicken up the shock wheel a little bit. I have the Creighton 8S EXB, but I'm not sure what the stock oil weights are on that. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't messed with them. And chassis slap is going to happen. It's designed into the vehicle. So chassis slap is going to happen. Morton Ace from Norway. Hey, buddy. Typhon Mega. Under $300. Strike Series for a sport builder. Yeah, the builder's kit. But then by the time he finishes up that with the system, even if he goes cheap, he's going to be around $400. I have no idea what a Hooker 110 buggy is. Is that a Amazon special? With a Bandit with a motor that goes around 80 and Rustler from tire to... Okay. Not sure what the Associate MT10 costs when you have a sturdy truck. I think the MT10 is a lot better than the bigger version of that. I don't have one, so I can't say for sure. Greg, there was one guy at the USTE, he put a rear steering axle on the TRX6, but it was just the rearmost axle. And believe it or not, it really did work. But as far as the axles, the way they're set up on Traxxas, I don't know of any center diff, housings and all that stuff. I've talked to Arthur about it, but there isn't really enough market to invest into rear steering a 6x6. I mean, you can put a front axle back there and that seems to work, but I don't know. Bash and Crawl, do you like the Red Cat Gen 7 Pro? I had a couple Gen 7s and they were pretty decent. I had to upgrade to the Pro CVDs in there and it was actually pretty decent. Yeah. RC Daily, what's up, man? Kevin Raymond from Ohio. Tracy Leclerc, what do you recommend for Traxxas house? As in like the Trax TRX4? If that's what you're asking about, Tracy, I'm really happy with the Copperhead and 3800 kV that I just showed recently. It's actually pretty darn good. I could still use a 2-speed transmission though to get a little more speed out of them things. But I'm guessing that's what you're talking about. 3800 seems to be about right. Banggood special. Okay. I've had a few different Banggood vehicles. Some of them were just a total waste. I've got a little tank in there, Russian KV-1 tank. That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. Yep, Rab. Do you have any of a hobby grade RC for a 10-year-old boy? For a 10-year-old boy, he's going to want to jump. He's going to want to move fast, but he can probably handle something brushless, but probably just get him something cheap to start with and just see if he wants to go further with it, I mean, heck, you could pick him up something like this, relatively cheap, the Crowball. I've got the video for this, which I've already posted it for the members. It's okay. It's not anything that's going to knock your socks off, but I mean, you could buy him maybe a Stampede 2-wheel drive. I don't know. It really depends on your budget, buddy. Now, what you may want to look at, you buy him what you really want. And if he doesn't like it, then you got a nice truck. You could take that angle. You and the crew. What's up, Jesse? Disco guy. Don't go nitro, buddy. Don't go nitro. Creeper, what's up, buddy? Sean Pan, SCX6 axles worth the money. The Vidavon ones, yeah, you'll never break them. You'll never break the housings. I've actually got housings in stock, silver with black diff covers. You're flying. Not flying anything right now. Hardcore can make stainless links for the ultimate hauler. Oh yeah. Well, I'm hoping to get links to complete that all out in Vidavon here soon. Trying to get a almost bolt-in style third rear axle set up for it as well. Working with Arthur on that, trying to get that figured out. That would be kind of sweet to have 3 axles back there. There you go, Mr. 1998 Jeep Cherokee. Volcano. Centon 3S Mega. Yeah, I agree, Whiskey. Nitro isn't an issue. RC Daily's a mod. Rab. Why, is something getting through that I'm not seeing or something? Craig, just looking at materials for it. I don't see why it couldn't work to make them steer somehow. When I did the 4-wheel steering on Grimlock 3 with TRX 4 axles, I actually used a front and rear, but I used from 110 RC the servo and axle mount. That was how I got the rear steer on that TRX4. I gotta go constantly tune the carburetor. Yeah. Big Noob has a very good mods. All right. Is it order Flyer 16? Oh, I've had a Flyer ESC, Steven Stryker, and I couldn't get rid of that thing fast enough. I just really did not like that. That's actually what was in the 12S Creighton, and it was so erratic. It was, yeah, I couldn't get rid of it fast enough. I was so happy to see the Max 4s come out from Hobby Wing. Yeah, some guys say those Flyer ESCs are awesome. I did not have that luck with the Flyer ESC. Haven't seen anything bad in the chat yet. Any good mods for the Losi SBR 2.0 bearded Stig? Well, what are you breaking on it? I've got all kinds of Innovon stuff. Well, not in stock, but I would say it's pretty tough as it is out of the box, in all honesty. No issues. I don't think there's any issues with it, unless you're having some Steve N. Very soon the MGM is going into the 5B. I did the last run. It's actually on here, and probably after I finish this up, I'll probably go ahead and set it for the channel members. The last gas run of the 5B, TLR 5B. I've got the motor mount. As far as I'll probably do the Max 4 and a 560 kV just to get it going, and then I'll take that back out and put that back into, I'm not sure what just yet, or what I'm going to take it out of, because I got two complete systems. One in the X-Max and one in the DBXLE right there. But ultimately, that's where the MGM system is going into. So, are the Mini Maxes worth it? I'm not sure about the Mini Max. If you're talking about a Traxxas Max, those are good. Tuning the nitro stuff. A few years ago, tuning in the beginning. We got a guy that comes out here to the Exoplex, and he brought his nitro. His nitro, he had the HPI Savage, and actually got some wheelies with it, and then it just went blup. Couldn't keep it running. He had his nitro buggy, which is a Kyosho Inferno, and that stupid thing ran great. He ran the track for quite a while with that, so everything was good there. Why am getting all my stuff flashing around here? You should do in the DRC Sandyland. I have never seen a DRC Sandyland. BBW ESC, T-Bag server. Tariq, I have no idea what those brands are. After Dark, RHRC, Electric 1/5 is awesome on 5T brushless. You need to watch for temps. So, well, RHRC with the 800 kV and all that stuff, temps were always an issue with it. I'm thinking the new bigger stuff, the 7120s, I think they can handle it. I really do. The OFNA, Traxxas and OS, and Notorious 6S came with a Max 6. Wow, the Max 6 is a great ESC, buddy. Good ESC. I got a few of those running around here. Not sure what they're in at this point, but I've got one of them's in the UDR. I know that. I do have a Revo 2.0 with a Max 6 in it. And I think that's where they are. Disco guy, buddy, that's up to you, man. Are there any RC events around you that you can go to and, you know, just see if you get a feel for what you want to do? Marcus, buddy, I do not want to hit my legs with an RC. I will tell you this. You guys notice how sometimes I'm standing in front of the jump? Sometimes I do have to take evasive maneuvers. Sometimes it makes a really good video because it's like the vehicle is right here by my head. You know, sometimes it makes a really good video up close, you know, and all that. And then other times it's like I'm getting out of the way. There was one time about maybe a year ago with the DBXLE, it did not hit the jump like I had intended. And I had to really take evasive maneuvers. Like really. It made me start wanting to wear a hard hat. But unscathed. No, these RCs can hurt, man. But the only thing I could think of would be like, I don't know, I had to set up something and intentionally crash into stuff. Your Sport beat the Ecto. Really? That's interesting. Max 5800 kV. Max 5800 kV. I've got that in the Black X Max. Oh, I've got a total of 3 X Maxes now. Yes, Marcus, it certainly was. I picked up a couple cramps in the process. Awesome, Stuart. I like the UDR. The planetaries are kind of a little bit of an issue with it, but mine seem to be holding up. But heck, I've done the Vitavon axle housing and the outside gears and all kinds of stuff for that stuff, man. Jamie Murrell, what's up, man? What is a good off-road car that isn't the Slash because I already have one? Have you looked at the Arma Centon? Maybe Arma Typhon 3S? Maybe something like that? Yep. With an 800 kV, the 3035 is a good ratio to be. Good brush motor for TRX4 Sport on the trail. Chrome Master Sport 550 10 turn by Holmes Hobbies. Love my X-Max and Creighton 8S EXB. Yep, I got them both. Can I ask, have you tried any carbon fiber chassis out there that are for the Arma 6S line? Oh, I have not tried any carbon chassis for any of those, buddy. I know. No, I haven't. The only carbon chassis I got is this little bitty Arlarlo right here. That's the only carbon chassis I got. Suggestions on shocks for the Typhon 3S. There was a Typhon 3S out here, and I looked at it, and it reminded me of a Granite, kind of extended and buggified. I honestly don't know what to tell you on that. Yeah, RC Daily, the 8 turns are pretty darn good. I kind of think a 10 turn will be a little bit safer on the trail, maybe a little bit less heat, a little better durability. 8 turn though, that's got a lot of pep for what it is. Can't keep tires from ripping off the bead. Give me any ideas? Yeah, let up on the throttle. No, but seriously, if you find yourself throttling real hard in a turn, you're leaning on, you got this tire on the ground, and this one is just expanding, let up on the throttle. If you're driving and your back is doing like this and your front is all expanding, let up on the throttle. I mean, it's all about spinning that tire too fast and it just pops. I mean, yeah. Outrageous RCs, what's up? RC Recreation. Know how it hurts when it hit your shin on a corner? Yeah. Yeah, I do. Is the carbon chassis stiff or flexible? Oh, I think the carbon is a lot stiffer, but from what I can tell, it's super, super strong. I mean, I don't know. Who makes the carbon chassis for those? I haven't even seen them. RHRC, I have no idea why the Fusion Pro is cheaper. Now, I guess it's possible. It could be cheaper. Maybe it's because it says 540 spec. Maybe it's got a smaller armature in there, smaller rotor. Maybe. I don't know. Creighton 4S V2. All I know is that the 4S stuff is on back order. I don't know why. Does Vidavon make axle for SCX10? No, sir. How's your rock collection going? I've actually got quite a few here. I just need a day that I can get those done. I've ordered the Trio wheels for the UDR. Nice. I had a set of those. I had the paddles on them. Yeah, Major, I've been off for 2 weeks, man. This is my first time back in 2 weeks. That's right. You did say that they all took it. That was on 3S the whole time? X10, 54 materials 4. Oh, man, I bet it was. 5400 kV. I did a couple videos of my TRX4 years ago. I think there's still, but I did a 7700 kV castle in there. And it was so crazy. Just sitting there when you hit the throttle, even though the vehicle wasn't moving, like say you had the tires off of it, the wires would jump because of the amps. Yeah, it wasn't very happy in there. 750 on a kind of fire team chassis, carbon fire team chassis. Well, I haven't seen. Okay, so Scorched has carbon chassis for those. I've been meaning to order the Scorched fenders and all from my Mojave. I kind of need that. Them things pack up bad. Kind of need to get that. Maybe I'll finally order that from them and get the chassis as well. Don't need to. The craziest race recovery that I ever had, I was corner marshaling for Fiskale, the Losi 5Ts. And I'm over there at the end of a corner, and this thing comes up, and it starts like flipping. I don't know how. I caught it like this and like this. Boom, caught it like this and pushed it back over onto the track. It was actually worked out really good, but I could have been taken out. And this was before I started videoing. This is before I started doing all this stuff. RT66 RC, hey. Get a racing buggy. I want to get into racing, e-trug, your buggy. My favorite brand, Jamie, is the Techno. That's my absolute favorite brand is the Techno. I've got the e-buggy, the older 2.0, because I don't race anymore. I don't need, the modern stuff. If I was racing competitively, I would have the absolute brand newest of stuff. But I've got the Truggy up there as well. For me, it's Techno. There are fans of Losi, Associated does some good stuff. Mugen. I think does Kyosho have electric stuff? Been a while since I messed with that. SBR 2.0 still box stock. We're waiting for a first upgrade. Mine was a tank right out of the box. Tighten the wheel nuts and go have fun. You can throw a bunch of money at that thing now, but I don't know that you really need to unless you just really want to. The way I looked at it, TRX tracks, you did some speed to get up. Right, yep. So the bearded Stig, yeah, you could do the 3800 kV like I got. You could probably even go higher, maybe 44,000 kV and be fine on that. But the like a Castle Mamba X with a 3800 kV slate. Actually, it's pretty darn good in that thing. Actually, it had enough speed to get up my hills. The extreme terrain tracks did good, so I was real happy with the 3800. That's with the stock pinion gear, which is what, 1645 or something like that. Ooh, you lost a toenail? That's no good. Ooh. Your socks get all bloody and stuff. Ugh. Ah, bearded stig, you're right. The rubber flaps. I've actually got one that somebody left in the backyard. It might have come off of mine, actually. Probably need to check. Bash and Crawl. How long have you had the Typhon and have you broke it? All I've broken on the Typhon are the steering links. I broke one of those, several bearings, stuff like that. The ESC finally died, but that was after a good hard drive, after many drives. Still got the stock steering servo in the darn thing. So as far as the driveline goes, I'm looking at it up here. The darn thing runs absolutely great, man. Really good buggy, in my opinion. I guess I've had it for a year now, haven't I? I guess. The Max V1 is exactly what this was. And then I got the chassis, stuff like that to make it into the V2. At that time when I got this, I had to buy the clear body. That's why it doesn't have any cool graphics or any of that stuff. But, yeah. As far as upgrades go, if you find yourself breaking bulkheads and all that, you got Vidavon out here. That would do you. You won't break those. And he has front and rear bulkheads for this thing as well. Jim Lee, what else do you do for fun? I really like sleeping, but I don't get to do that very much. It's work, come home, do all this YouTube stuff, and then maybe I got to watch TV last week one time. That was pretty cool. Alexander Tabio, Brazil. What's up, buddy? Garage Life. What's up, man? Hey, a little late. What's up, ExoJDs? SPR, you might want to add the back cage support. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. Yep, the back cage support. I had to order mine from, I believe it was UK or something like that. Can't believe nobody's making them here, though. Ooh, I got that one. That was from a piece of plywood on a forklift. Yeah, I forgot all about that chassis brace. That did make a difference. Ew. What's up with all these toenails and thumbnails getting ripped out? When did you build your rock sculptures for your RCs and how long did it take to make them? You're talking about the rock piles and all in the back? That's just broken up concrete and it's taken me a couple years. It's just take a while. Basically, it's garbage. It's rubble. It's throwaway concrete, broken up sidewalks and stuff. One man's trash is another man's treasure. So, will Vidavon ever do an AR-60 housing? Might Pete. I doubt it. I don't think he has any interest at all in making that. There's so many options out there for that housing. I mean, there's a lot of options out there, and he wouldn't be able to match those prices anyway. You know, with the 70-75 and all that, he'd be high on those. What will do with aluminum plates? You're saving the world one trash brick at a time. Yep, and we're driving all over them. I got this to put together. This is the Punk's custom 3D stage dive chassis. And I'm going to put my Capra stuff in it, which the Capra I think is sitting right about there. I will put all the Capra driveline in it, which means I'll have to buy a new Capra. And if I'm going to buy a new Capra, because I need to have a Capra in my fleet, right? I'll just get the 4-wheel steering one. I mean, I might as well, right? I had a 4-wheel steer Capra years ago, and it was pretty darn awesome. No divorces are happening here yet. Awesome, EK. I'm opening up the Exoplex again this Sunday as well. So every Sunday I open it up. So if you guys are in town or something like that, feel free to ride by. And for the 5B electric, the beadlocks pop out all the time. Glued or mud wheels. Yeah, it's got a, I'm not sure what tires are on it. They handle the gas motor really good, but that's not going to happen. Well, hold on. They handle the gas really, I'm sorry, I read a comment, messed me up. They handle the gas good, but the electric is a whole different animal. And yeah, they may come apart, just like you're saying. But I don't think my tires and wheels are factory though. I think those were changed. 98 Cherokee. The AR60 is on its way out. I'm telling you right now, it's on its way out. The AR14 Bolt or 14B is the replacement for that one. I'm actually surprised we don't have a SMT 2.0 with the new Rift axles. I'm really surprised we don't have that right now. Yeah, I just don't think he wants to mess with the AR60, buddy. You blew the stock server on the X-Max as the upgrade option. Traxxas has it. I've got the upgraded one. Hold on. I did have the upgraded one on my big red one, which is now Vidavon with the Reese Beast 1000 in it. And I'm going to use that one. And that was a 2085. For me, it seemed to work pretty darn good, but I know some say it's no better than the factory one. On my orange X-Max, I've actually got the adapter in there with a Reese Raw 500. And that one turned pretty darn good. I'm really tempted, and you guys might think I'm crazy, I'm tempted to get another aluminum chassis, just a chassis part, and put that into the black X-Max, which is down there in pieces right now. About putting that into there and then having that as more of a basher style truck. But I don't know how the bulkheads would handle being plastic, and I don't want to go through another big red like what you see the wheels up there. I don't want to get back into all that. So I want to have 3 completely different X-Maxes. One will be Castle powered, one will be Hobbywing powered, one will probably keep the reefs, the other one will have the 2085 in it. One will be long armed, the other one will be short armed. Kind of one of those things. That way they're different. As far as the big red X-Max, that's just for shows now. And I've got the red arms and everything for it. So got a few more things to go with it. Bash and Crawl. Cheap 4S batteries, man. Look at the CNHL or the... can't think of the name of it right now. But the CNHLs are pretty darn good. Can't think of the name of the other one that I run. But they're on Amazon. All right. Spec / racing. Nice. I had the upgraded Traxxas for 2 years now. Yeah, it done fine for me. Hey, buddy, what's better, Vidavon or M2C? Ronnie Greason. They're both top-notch companies, and you can't go wrong with either one. I've got M2C back here. I've got tons of Vidavon. They're good products. You can't go wrong with either one. My wife doesn't cost me much money, believe it or not. I'm getting a full circuit pain in the butt to work on. Yeah, they are a little bit of a pain. Run 2.0. We go faster out enough room. Yeah, maybe. Just got to watch that solid rear axle. If it gets a little bit squirrely, it's going to be in a heck of a big cartwheel. Really big. Limited gear sets are for that. Probably well worth it. I have a Typhon 6S EQ Poly on the way. When it comes in, I'll be at the Exo. Dude, bring that thing, man. Dude, Typhons rule. Channel members, you guys will get a video tonight. After this right here that we run the sledges with the E-Revo, the Typhons. Man, Typhons rule the track back here. I mean, if it's not a Typhon, heck, just keep that thing at home. Now, granted, I haven't got my Radix 6 yet either, so that may change things, because I do plan to run that Radix 6 a lot. Go back every time you... So every time you buy the CHN battery, you put new... Ovonic Major Roads, yes. Man, you guys know the batteries I use better than I do. RCDC, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that. Dennis Hall from Tennessee. DXF. Go better. A Wanfi. Capra Coins. A Wanfi. I've had really good luck with the Wanfi batteries as well. I haven't had their big stuff. I haven't had their big ones. I've had their little ones, and they seem to work pretty darn good. But so far, I've had good luck with them. Those are pretty much all of the Typhons are just awesome, man. How you charge all the batteries? Okay, I have a ProTech Prodigy 610, 100 watts. That's what it is. I got something. That little piece right there is shiny, making my camera flicker. But I'll fix that for the next go around. But yeah, I use a Prodigy 610. The Radix 6 is weak. I want to find out. I found a weakness on it this past weekend with the steering toe rods, toe links. Those pop loose pretty well. And his actually ripped apart. So if that's the case, I'll see if the ones off the Typhon will fit. And if it does, then I'll just use those. Several Gens Ace bashing batteries. Yep, Gens Ace got some good ones as well. I have hooves. You have hooves? You have hooves. All right. Okay, cool. Ovonic 8000. I haven't had any of the Ovonics up that big. Power Hobby. Yep. Which state do you live stream? Because you always answer questions and you're a real outstanding guy. Why, thank you, Ronnie. Florida. Close to Jacksonville, Florida. Amazon battery hooves. Amazon has their own brand of battery now? Bashing. Is the Vidavon Center chassis worth the money? You know, Tracy, I'm not sure if... I'm sure it's going to be bashed, and I'm tempted to get one for a basher truck, because the big red X Max is going to become a show truck and all that. But I'm tempted to get one just for the big servo. The servo is just phenomenal in that thing, you know? Truck Tech Joe, will you be attending Rocktoberfest? That's in Maysville, Kentucky, and yes, I am planning to attend that. Good evening, Joe. Thanks for taking out Thor. Awesome, man. Man, what I'm tempted to do is put like a little rail on the bottom of the concrete of that thing, just to give something to actually ride on. And the pipes were wet, so I have an excuse, right? But yeah, that's a tough one. I'm trying to use a 4-wheel steer to ride and just carry that. Yeah, didn't quite work for me. Good morning. Ronnie, am I a Jaguars fan? Buddy, the Jaguars, I think the past 20 years, they've had losing records. Not really. Not really. I think I've been to one Jaguars game. That was it. Okay. See you there again. Maybe we can get the same ferry driver. Yeah. That little ferry is pretty nice. Now the Rocktoberfest, that's supposed to be, that's not so vendory, right? So basically, I could just come out and spend more time on the trails with everybody. Is that kind of, because I've never been to that one. Oh, what motor mount did you use? The 3030 gearing, it was the older motor mount that wouldn't fit the 3035. That fit it pretty well. Actually had room to spare. I had to take the little carbon fan thing off though. Now he says he's got another motor mount that's actually fit for that. So he done another ongoing change to the motor mounts. But yeah, the normal motor mount fit the 3030, and that's where it's at for that truck. I think that system though has potential to go 40-20, you know, like a 40 on the pinion, 20 on the spur. I think it's got enough juice to pull that, you know. And as this stuff gets out more and more crazy people's hands, I think we're going to see that. And we're going to see some records set because that system is pretty darn awesome. There will be. They have new info up on Facebook. Okay. I love Big Red, but she is for show. Tracy, you got that right. It's heavy too. You can see it the way it drives. It's heavy. All right, Tracy, good deal. Yeah, RC, I would love to get out there and hit the trails more, you know. I have no idea what I'll be driving. Maybe it'll be the stage dive. Who knows? I have no idea what I'll be driving at that point. When I build this one, though, when I put the Capra system in it, I haven't even started the video yet. I don't have, all my recent crawlers have been straight crawly crawlers, you know? What I want out of this is something that not only can it crawl, but it's got some wheel speed and I can jump it. So I want a little bit more, I guess, trailable, if that makes any sense. Something not so, you know, 0.1 mile per hour accurate. I want something that I can actually move. You know, maybe even set it up to where I can actually put a larger battery in it and build this for trails, you know. But, I mean, this is pretty darn awesome looking. So, anyway, carbon looks like 4 millimeters. I don't have a set of calipers handy, but yeah, it looks nice and thick. It should be pretty darn nice. Graphene going to take over lipo. Paul, I don't have any graphene batteries yet. I'm sure over time I'll eventually get into them. 1 a.m. RHRC. Have a good day, buddy. Would you like to become a Bronco fan? I can induct you. Buddy, I'm good. You're talking about Denver Broncos? Or is it still... I haven't watched football in quite a while, okay? I mean, I finally got to watch some of the Flash the other night. Power Hobby and Nirvana, I think they'll be good. Just stay the high C rating. Any bodies out there that fit the SCX6, Tim? Steady Spin has a video where he found a hard body Hummer that actually fit that thing. And also Joe Gerd, he actually has a X-Max body fit on one of his. So yeah, you can make other bodies fit it, but as far as like direct bolt-on, there's nothing out there yet. It's just whatever the SCX6 is, some kind of Jeep. RC Daily, this is the Punk's Custom 3D Stage Dive chassis. Stage Dive for the Capra driveline. It actually has a skid that goes into there and some chassis stuff to hold it apart and all that. So anyway, they're running 2,500 on 4S using limited, perfect. Nice. Graphite batteries. A few small bags though. Nice, nice. Man, you guys giving me a break at the 1 hour mark, huh? Let me see what I can show you guys. What have I done lately besides make a mess? I broke a hinge pin in the sledge. That tire that came off the sledge is still in the woods. Yep, still in there. I've been too chicken to walk back in there. It's rough back there. Cheers, 4 Sport, my trailer truck. TRX4s, those are good. They got that second gear. They move pretty well, and they're tough. There's something else I needed to show you guys. Something else I really wanted to show you guys. I can't think of it right now, though. I've got the fix for my DBXLE. Channel members have seen this video. I think you guys have seen it. Something I needed to show you guys, though. Something I really wanted to show off. Can't think of what it is, though. How far are you going to compromise with overdrive if you want the new crawler build to be trail well? At the most, I might do the ring and pinion overdrive. That might be it. And that should be around 10% at the most. I don't want much overdrive at all for a trail vehicle. But the way the capper is set up, it's really easy to change out the portal gear. So if I wanted to do it more competition style, just simply swap in some 15, 20 portal gears. And boom, now I got a ton of overdrive. I put the Max H into my Haas. Oh, man. Good combo. But yeah, it's a little bit much. United Kingdom. I don't know that there's anybody in America that stocks the Scorched Star C stuff. When I ordered the chassis brace for the back of the SBR, I guess it took about 3 weeks to get here. And I ordered it and just kind of forgot about it. So it was a little while. Double A day. I need to get them, but I have not ordered those. Are they available right now? On the carbon battery tray, it is easy enough to use a Dremel to remove a bit, covers the screw holes without damaging it. On the carbon battery tray, okay. Okay. I'm not sure which vehicle you were talking about, David King. Think about TRX4's upgrades are endless. Yep, you can build anything out of a TRX4, buddy. The Red Cap Marksman, that's just nothing but the Wendigo with a brush system in it. Just not really interested in it, in all honesty. The steering axle is weak. No. The steering axle is not weak. It's super strong, but it doesn't have a lot of turn, and that kind of hurts you in the rocks. I have not seen the Aggressor 1.9 tires. I need to get a hold of Cody from Dixieland RC. He would be my connection to get those. Yeah, RC Daily, you're right. It runs best on 4S, 6S, you break everything. You made Buffalo is a good truck. Yeah, one day I'll get that. Surprised they don't sell their stuff here through eBay. eBay has a lot of fees, man. You get a listing fee, a selling fee, and then there's a restocking fee, or I'm not sure. There's all kinds of fees. Then when you get from eBay, you go to PayPal, and there's more fees. So, yeah, eBay, man, fees. Almost like I was trying to become an Amazon seller, and there's a bunch of fees everywhere, every step of the way. It's like, geez, how do you even make $1 off of that? Whiskey Runner 1, I don't have anything from Cross RC. I've run 5S in the past. It is a pretty neat step in the middle of 4 and 6S. Tim Clark, you're right. Some of them things I think on eBay, I don't think they end up with but maybe $1.50 or $2. Maybe it's the volume that they put out that makes it worth it. I don't know. I don't know. Bustnut33, what's up, buddy? Bustnut, you got to get out here this Sunday and bring your big Outcast. You got to come out here and run something. You've been talking about coming out here for a while, but you have never showed up. And you're literally 5 minutes away from the Exoplex, dude. 5 minutes. So one try 375 and again like 270. Oh my goodness. You lost $105 on that? Jeez. I sold a few radios back when the Hack GT3Cs were going, and I sold a couple of them on eBay, and yeah, it was virtually almost a loss. Like barely break even after all the fees and everything. And at that point, our radios were like $42 shipped from Amazon. But after all the fees, and just wasn't worth it. I do not know if the Max 8 will recognize 5S. I think it will. It should. I have not tried. I don't have any 5S's in stock. Oh, really, Bust Nut? You finally got it, huh? All right. I went through that about a month ago. Yeah. Paul, all I got to say is maybe post it on the local Facebook groups, you know, the sales groups and stuff like that. That might be the best way to go as far as selling stuff on Facebook Marketplace, you know. But all I know is that eBay will eat you up. They will eat your lunch. They will tear you up. Can the carbon on the Vidavon X-Max battery trays in the chassis be dremelled out to expose the screw holes it covers? Oh, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, you can Dremel and mess with the carbon, but wear a mask, be in a well-ventilated area. You don't want to breathe that in. So, but which, I mean, the Max 4 bolted on. I'd have to assume that all the other ones would bolt on. I mean, I don't know. I didn't actually try them, but I know the patterns are there. Discovery RC, hey buddy. Facebook. Cross RT, I'm very happy with it. That's a lot of RC chop shops that buy and sell. Now, I tell you, Lumadave 32, I've bought a bunch of stuff from that guy. And he's down here in Florida. So, yeah, I bought a bunch of stuff from that guy. All right, Dave. Catch you later, buddy. Probably going to wrap this up at 8:30, so about 15 minutes to go. To hang off for reduced selling fee weekend. Now, sometimes you can, like if you're a first-time seller, they will give you like 50 items with no listing fees and stuff like that. So you can get deals like that, and you might be able to put them on there. Best out, yeah. Old Joe needs his beauty sleep. Ain't no beauty here anymore, buddy. That was gone 20 years ago. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes, guys. Time for me to get back to editing because I got the Max video. I've got to set up the 2 videos. Get out the members. I got to put the video up ready for tomorrow. Not exactly sure what I want to put up tomorrow. I got a few of them in stock in there. I said a 1.0 mic claws on a little chassis. And he swooped them up on eBay. Exo, here we go. Lewis Flicks. That is Flicks, right? Yeah. What motor ESC do you recommend to get over 70 miles per hour in a 110 Tamiya Sport chassis? Buddy, I have no idea about the Tamiya Sport chassis or really anything about a 110 Tamiya. I'm not your guy. I have no idea about that one. Stream. Yeah, buddy. Way past my bedtime. Cheers from Canada. Let's see. Castle 7700 kV. That would get it. That's only technically good to 2S though, right? I had the 7700 and the TRX4, and I water skipped it. That was the one that was making the wires jump. There's so many amps on that thing, and yeah, the wires got hot after that drive. It's on my channel. It's old though, way old. I put e-buggy paddle tires on that thing. 215 in Norway. Man, you guys are awesome. You guys are awesome watching, being that time of the night and all that. That's awesome. Tracy Leclerc, is a DBXL worth the money? Yes, but you're going to need at least bulkheads front and rear. Whether they're Vidavon or not, get some metal ones, because the plastic is not good enough to hold it with the electric. The pinion gear has a lot of deflection on the stock case, and you'll get gear skipping. Put some metal bulkheads of some kind on there. Rab, yeah, man. Joe's life experience we're watching. I think I put something in the 5s on the red cap, but I think it was when I put the portals on it, I was trying to get the speed back up. It was really slow once you cut the axle ratios in half. Thumbnail put on there was a F1 car. Well, I got this little Arlo, which is actually a pretty good little buggy, in all honesty. Yeah, 5 a.m. Eastern time, so that'd be what, 3 a.m. California? What aftermarket servo would you suggest for the X-Max? Get that little adapter, put your raw 500 in there. When you do the raw 500, or when you do any servo in there that you decide to choose, the Power Hobby 729 is also a good servo for that. But get the UDR servo horn. That's the one you want. That'll work. It's got the right everything. Traxxas UDR. They make metal ones. You usually got to order them from overseas, but they're on eBay. Maybe on Amazon. I don't know. It's been a while since I've looked. 10 a.m. here. 10 a.m. 4 a.m. Man, Marcus, you're up early. Well, thank you. Awesome, Tom. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up so I can go ahead and get everything edited, put back together. Quad advice. Yeah, servo on axle. The Claudes are awesome. Okay, 4 a.m. not bad. Night, Joe. All right, buddy. Yeah, Hector, hopefully all that works out, man. So everything will be good to go. I'm going to wrap this up here in about 1 minute. Nice, simple, easy. 80 minutes into this thing. Real quick, anybody want to get one in? Got about 20 seconds. I have a UDR. Is the SBR worth it? SBR is a lot bigger, a lot stronger, and tougher. It was for me, but just because it's so much more vehicle. But scale driving, I'd probably take the UDR. Have a good night, Marcus. Yes, sir. All right, guys, time to wrap this on up. I believe there are other guys with much better lives about to come on. So anyway, you guys have a good one, and I'm gonna wrap this up. What's my favorite? My wife's favorite RC is actually Stone Mountain. I hope to get back up there one day. All right, guys. Catch you guys later. Been awesome.